So someone asked me about family meetings that I mentioned in another short. So yeah, family meetings are one of those things that a lot of people maybe have tried or maybe haven't tried or maybe think they should, but they don't like them. So I'll tell you how we do family meetings. It's also how I did meetings when I ran the free clinic in my city, because I was in charge there. And so I did meetings the way I want to. And I think it works really well. So the first step is appreciation. So we appreciate each other. For my family, we actually had the big kind of index cards, or 5x8, something like that. And we would write our name on it and then pass it to the next person. And then each person would write something nice about us. So we'd all say something nice, something we appreciate about the person. So by the time we got the card back, we'd have one from each person, which at the moment there's 4 of us, but I've had various people live with us over the years. So they got one of the rules: if you live with me, you play by my rules, which is family meetings. So they got cards of appreciation from everyone, which I think is really healthy. So first is appreciation. Then we look at chores and tasks and things we have to do, but this has to say practical. If we have an issue, if we start fighting, that gets kicked down to problems and challenges, and we don't deal with that yet. So we start with just like the practical stuff. Let's figure out how we're going to do this, what we need to do to make this work better. And then the next step is planning for good times, because we have to have fun. When are we going to do family game night? When are we going to go somewhere? Oh, what are we going to do for Easter? Whatever. And then we have problems and challenges. Now, problems and challenges has a rule. We deal with one problem or challenge at a time. We don't kitchen sink. It means throw everything in. And we have a format for that. So we start by defining the problem in a way that does not name call anyone, or that does not say who's right or wrong, or shame anyone. So it's along the lines of like, how can we do this thing when some of us feel this way and some of us feel that way? Very neutral. And then we brainstorm. So with brainstorm, everything counts. We don't cross anything off during the brainstorming. We don't discuss it. We just brainstorm as many different solutions as possible. They can get a little crazy sometimes. That's totally fine. Sometimes a crazy idea leads to a good idea, or sometimes a crazy idea is a good idea. So then we have this huge brainstorm. Then anyone is allowed to cross out anything if they aren't willing to go with it, but just with a single line. You have to still be able to read it, because it might be that everything gets crossed off and then we have to go back and see, okay, we have to do something. So what are we going to do? Once we've gone through all of that, usually there's only a few things left that everyone's willing to do. And oftentimes there's like an obvious thing to try. And so we try it. So then the very end is congratulating each other and then doing something fun, like, I don't know, ice cream. And so family game night, take the dog for a walk, something that we really enjoy, so that we end on a good note. And with problems and challenges, we make sure we never get stuck in the weeds, because that's not good. So if we start getting stuck, end of game, we stop, we move on, because we want family meetings to be positive and productive. That's also how I run meetings at the free clinic. Anytime I run a meeting, that's how I run a meeting, because it is very efficient, it's fun, it keeps people happy and motivated, and you move on.